The United States was the first to use fuel-air explosives in the Vietnam War, dropping them by air to clear helicopter landing zones and minefields, and later deploying them as offensive weapons. In 2002, attempting to hunt down Osama bin Laden in the rugged mountains of Tora Bora, U.S. aircraft deployed thermobaric warheads on precision-guided missiles. The warheads would suck the oxygen out of the caves that Taliban fighters were hiding in. The TOS-1 Buratino is a unique Russian self-propelled multiple rocket launcher system, MRLS, that has seen action in global hotspots like Afghanistan, Chechnya, Iraq and Syria. Like the enormous 240mm TOS-4 self-propelled mortar, the TOS-1's specialty is obliterating heavily fortified positions. Although some of these may be found in rural rebel strongholds and fortified caves, they have often been employed in heavily urbanized environments. It's gained a uniquely nasty reputation because of the horrifying effects of its fuel-air explosive warheads. TOS stands for Heavy Flamethrower, which is only accurate in a literal sense. Instead of projecting a stream of jellied gasoline, the TOS-1 launches a rocket carrying a fuel-air explosive, FI. Most of Russia's artillery weapons use a light armored vehicle chassis like that of the MTLB armored carrier. The 46-ton TOS-1, on the other hand, uses the much heavier hull of a T-72 tank. There's a good reason. The original TOS-1 model only had a range of around 3 kilometers, meaning it would have to withstand hostile fire from all kinds of enemy weapon systems. The TOS-1 mounts a launch unit with 3,230mm diameter rocket tubes. The prominence of the launch unit is what earned it the name Buratino, a long-nosed Pinocchio-like character in a children's story. The rockets can be fired individually or fired en masse in the space of 6 to 12 seconds. The vehicle also mounts a targeting computer and a laser rangefinder. The TOS-1s were also given to the Syrian Arab Army, which deployed them against various Syrian rebels. Most of the footage released appears to depict bombardment of rural areas such as the mountains around Latakia, rather than inner-city locations. However, a TOS-1 unit was recorded being used in preparation for an offensive against the city of Hama, and this June, opposition fighters posted a video apparently showing the destruction of TOS-1 near Hama by long-range anti-tank missiles. This highlights how the need to deploy the short-range TOS-1 closer to the front line makes it vulnerable to such weapons. One of the lesser-known war zones involving the TOS-1 is the long-running conflict between Azerbaijan and Armenia over Nagorno-Karabakh. Russia has sold TOS-1s to both sides in the conflict. Azerbaijan has 18 and Armenia was sold an unspecified number. Armenian media reported this year that an Azerbaijani TOS-1A was destroyed in fighting in April after firing rockets on the position of Karabakh separatists. Both sides claim the other initiated the skirmish. Are weapons deploying fuel-air explosives munitions inherently inhumane? While there is a debate to be had whether one manner of killing and harming human beings in war is inherently more unacceptable than another and should be banned, the more proximate concern with heavier FI weapons that create very large blasts is that they are inherently indiscriminate. A TOS-1 rocket barrage will wipe out everything within the 200 by 300 meter blast zone. This is problematic when the weapon is employed against targets amid an urban civilian population, typical of much of the fighting in Iraq, Syria and Ukraine.